Hello and welcome to DFS Coach Talk. I'm your host, Josh Davis, also known as Crash, and I am joined by my good buddy, Doug. Today, we're going to talk about Week 7 in the NFL. Doug, how are you doing on this Friday afternoon?
Wow, good. Just getting things done. Just wrapping things up.
Yeah. Now, are you
Yeah.
guys starting to get some of this cooler weather? We've been getting some cooler weather. I had to turn my heat on for the first time since the winter the other day, so it's starting to cool
We had a
off. It's starting to feel more like fall, more like football weather, I guess. So
couple of nice frosts we had the last 2 nights here.
nice. Yeah. So if you're new to the channel, if you would give us a like and then hit the subscribe button. After you've done those two things, if you would hit the alarm bell, that will let you know when our newest podcast has gone live. If you're new to DFS Coach Talk, we would love to have you join us. We have a very family-friendly, very positive and encouraging community in our Discord. And if you would like to join us, you can DM me on X or Twitter at DFS Coach Talk, and we'll be glad to get you in our Discord. And I will be giving out, if we have any new members or anyone that is not currently a member that's watching today, I will be giving out a free week's membership if you're new. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just get right into it, starting with the Sunday slate. Of course, last night we had a stinker of a game. I don't know about you, but that game was pretty hard to watch. Denver just absolutely dominated. I mean, there wasn't even a game. It was not competitive at all.
No.
But we have another London game in Jacksonville. After they got thrashed by the Bears, they just decided to go ahead and stay in London. And so they're going to be playing the Patriots. They're hoping they'll have some better luck. They should. Patriots are a lot worse team than Chicago. So the Patriots in London at 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. Jacksonville comes in as a 6-point favorite, minus 265 on the money line. Game has a pretty low over-under of 42. There is a 77% chance of rain, but aren't they indoors anyway? I don't think that would affect it, right?
I didn't think they're indoors. I thought it was partially open. Is it?
That roof doesn't close. It stays open.
I'm not sure on that. We'll have to check on that. But
okay, yeah.
I mean, it's not a great game to watch. It really isn't.
It's really not. It's really not.
No.
Yeah, so then we'll move on to the 1 o'clock slate, 1 o'clock Eastern. Seattle Seahawks in Atlanta taking on the Falcons. Falcons are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 150 on the money line. Pretty high over-under of 51. Then we have the Tennessee Titans in Buffalo taking on the Bills. Bills are a 9.5-point favorite. I think that's the highest on the slate. Minus 480 on the money line, 41 over-under. 66-degree forecast, 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing to the west-southwest. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Browns in Cleveland. The Bengals are a 5.5-point favorite on the road, minus 255 on the money line, 41.5 over-under. 64 degrees, wind blowing west-southwest at 6 miles an hour. Then we have the Houston Texans taking on my Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Packers are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 150 on the money line, 48 over-under. Nice 70 degrees, so still not a cold weather game for Green Bay by any means. 70 degrees with the wind blowing southwest at 11 miles an hour. We have the Indianapolis Colts hosting the Miami Dolphins. The Colts are a 3-point favorite at home, minus 165 on the money line, 43.5 over-under. They're indoors, so there's no weather there. We have the game of the week, in my opinion, the Detroit Lions taking on your Minnesota Vikings in Minnesota. Vikings are a 1.5-point favorite at home, minus 125 on the money line, with a 50.5 over-under. I do see Aaron Jones' list is questionable, but he should play, correct?
Well, it's a participant in practice this afternoon.
Okay. So I would think he's leaning in the right direction there.
Now, real quick, come cover Jones week. Go real quick. Okay. He will see a partial workload. He will not see a full workload like normal.
Okay.
It'll be a partial workload, and I think Montgomery will get in there some too. Not Montgomery. They're back up.
Akers.
Not Akers. No, they're Akers the third one.
Okay. Chandler.
Thank you. I'll get those mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chandler will be in the mix big time. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants in a Saquon Barkley revenge game. The Eagles are a minus 3-point favorite on the road, minus 170 on the money line, a 43 over under, 70 degrees with the wind blowing west at 3 miles an hour. We have the late slate, 4:05 p.m. Eastern, the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are a 7-point favorite at home, minus 315 on the money line, 43.5 over under. There's no weather because they're indoors. I think Cooper Kupp is supposed to play. He's listed as questionable, but I do think he's going to play.
Game time decision.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That's what I figured they're going to do is a game time decision on that. But I personally think he'll play, but we'll see what happens. Then we have the Carolina Panthers taking on the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are a 9-point favorite at home, minus 450 on the money line, 51.5 over under. It's the highest on the slate. 70 degrees with the wind blowing west-northwest at 3 miles an hour. And then the rematch of the Super Bowl last year, the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners are actually a 1.5-point favorite at home, minus 125 on the money line. Even though they're 3-3 and the Chiefs are 5-0 and undefeated, they did give the 49ers a little bit of a edge here on the Vegas line, which is a little surprising to me. 47 over under, 77 degrees with the wind blowing southwest at 4 miles an hour. We have Sunday Night Football, the New York Jets taking on the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Jets are a 1.5-point favorite on the road, minus 130 on the money line. Very low over-under, as you might expect with these two defenses, 38.5. 60 degrees with the wind blowing southwest at 2 miles an hour. The big story here, I guess there's a couple stories. You have the Devontae Adams trade to the Jets, which I think everybody saw coming. But what I didn't see coming was the Russell Wilson start. I think the Steelers are making a mistake. I think Justin Fields is a better option at this point. But how do you feel about that move with going to Russ?
I got Pickens in my dynasty league. That's about the only thing I like about it.
Yeah.
I think he's not a leader, and I think that's going to show.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's a big mistake, but we'll see what happens. Then we have the weird Monday night doubleheader. 8:15 p.m. Eastern, the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite on the road, minus 190 on the money line, 49.5 over under, 77 degrees with the wind blowing northeast at 11 miles an hour. And then the Los Angeles Chargers are taking on the Arizona Cardinals in Arizona at 9 p.m. Eastern. The Cardinals are a underdog, 1.5-point underdog. Chargers are favored, minus 125 on the money line with a 44 over under. So that is going to do it for the overlook game by game. So we'll go ahead and get into our top plays, starting with our top quarterback. Who are you looking at as your top quarterback option this week, Doug?
Jaden Daniels versus Carolina, because Carolina's up for good against the run or the pass, and he's good at both.
Yeah, they're not good against anything.
Yeah, I think everybody knows this, though, that knows about fantasy sports.
Yeah, I would imagine he's probably going to be pretty chalky. What is his current projections? Does it look like he will be fairly chalky?
Well, he's projected to get 4 points higher than the other quarterbacks. I would say yes.
Okay.
He's be pretty chalky. I don't know if he's not chalky. I don't know what chalk's going to be this weekend.
Yeah. No,
but I don't think he's the best play. But I just think he's the most chalky.
Okay. Who do you think is the best play at quarterback Sunday?
Oh, it'd be spun down. Looking at Geno Smith to be the other chalk.
Okay.
You could just throw in like Sam Darnold.
Okay.
I also like Love. Yeah. Sam Darnold and Love would be the other two I like.
Okay. I looked at the opposite side of that matchup with Jared Goff. He kind of got a slow start to the season, but he did score 28.1 DraftKings points against Dallas and 27.2 against the Seahawks. The Lions offense does seem to kind of be finding their way, and Minnesota has allowed the third most passing yards per game at 263. I know a lot of those are going to be in garbage time with the Vikings, but I still think there's opportunities. I think there's opportunities for him to hit some receivers downfield. St. Brown and Jamison Williams, obviously, but we'll talk about that more when we get to the receivers. Andy Dalton is a good value play, I think. Washington has allowed the fifth most fantasy points to quarterbacks this year, and they do have that high projected total at 51.5. So Andy Dalton is super cheap on all three sites, so I like him as a value play. We'll move on to running back. Same game. I like Chuba Hubbard, 6,500 on DraftKings, 7,400 on Fanduel, $28 on Yahoo. Ever since Bryce Young was benched, he's averaged 22 DraftKings points per game. So he's really benefited from that move to Andy Dalton. So going up against Washington, they're in the bottom half. They're, I think, 20th against the run, allowing 137.7 rushing yards per game. So Chuba Hubbard is going to be one of my top running back plays. Who do you like for running back this week, Doug?
Boy, a lot of players. You said Chuba Hubbard. That's what I'm really high on. B.J. Robinson could be a sneaky play on DraftKings, especially.
Yeah, are we for sure he's going to play, or is it going to be kind of split between him and Eckler, or how are they going to handle that?
No. B.J. Robinson, Atlanta.
Bijan. Okay.
Bijan. Gotcha. I say you always pronounce that wrong.
Yeah,
Bijan. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Brian Robinson from the
Commanders. No, I don't like him.
Okay. Like him. Yeah. Him and Eckler kind of have a split there.
So he's my pay up option at definitely at running back. Yeah.
Bijan, got it. Okay. We can move on to wide receiver. Along with my Jared Goff play, I do like Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's 8,300 on DraftKings, 8,800 on FanDuel, $32 on Yahoo. Minnesota has allowed the most fantasy points to wide receivers this year. And Amon-Ra has had a lot of success against Minnesota in recent years. Last year in his 2 games against them, he had 7 receptions on 10 targets for 144 yards and a touchdown for 27.4 DraftKings points. And then he had 12 receptions on 14 targets for 106 yards and a touchdown for 28.6 DraftKings points. So had a quiet game last week in Dallas. I think they're going to target him quite a bit like they usually do against Minnesota. And I expect him to bounce back in a big way.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to. I did get to my running back in a receiver in a second, but I also like Montgomery a ton for Detroit. You and I are right. I like Amon St. Brown because of the defensive Vikings play. Does benefit Amon St. Brown a lot because he can get in little areas in the zone. And they do blitz, and he can get open on that first step. But the Vikings have different quarterbacks this year.
They do,
and they tackle. So that's gonna be a little more of an issue for him this year for the past years. I think you're right, though. He will have success. But I think Montgomery's gonna be huge. He's my favorite running back of the week. I don't think people are gonna play him, and he's cheaper.
Yeah.
And then. Receiver, I don't have a huge stud receiver. I like Drake London has a nice matchup against cornerbacks there in Seattle.
Okay, I like that
different one.
Yeah,
and Tank Dell. A lot of people are gonna
Tank Dell.
might go to him, but I like him.
Okay, yeah, especially if he gets matched up with Eric Stokes, that'd probably be a favorable. Eric Stokes has been struggling, as you know. Let's see. So then we can move on. Or did you have anyone else at receiver you like?
No, that's good. I got 2 right
there. All right. Tight end, I think with Amari Cooper traded to Buffalo, I think Njoku is a good play. He's supposed to be heavily targeted in the Cleveland passing game now, so I like Njoku. The Bengals have allowed the 10th most fantasy points to tight ends this year. And then on the value side, if Tommy Tremble is out, I like Jatavion Sanders. He's been targeted 12 times in the last 2 games with Tremble in the concussion protocol. So if Tremble's out, I do like Jatavion Sanders. Now, if Tremble plays, I'm only going to be looking at Sanders if I need it for salary. Otherwise, it would just be like a GPP dart type play. Not really one of my top plays if Tremble's in there, but if he's out, I definitely like him as a value. Who do you like at tight end this week, Doug?
Pay up, Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz.
Yep.
It would be intermediate. Goddard's out, so I think Calcaterra.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't mind him at all this week either.
Okay. I like those. Mm-hmm. Let's look at defense. The Bills against the Titans, obviously they're one of the more expensive defenses, but that's a really good matchup against Will Levis. Then you have the Bengals against the Browns without Amari Cooper. I like that matchup. Value, I like the Rams against the Raiders with Devontae Adams on the Jets. They don't have a whole lot, and I think Aiden O'Connell starting. Is that right? Aiden O'Connell starting for
that's the last I read. Yes.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So I like the Rams defense, and then if you want a dart play, just kind of a punt play on defense, I think the Giants. You could do worse than them. Their defense has been playing pretty well. They pretty well held the Bengals in check, even though they lost. They did a really good job defensively. So I think that the Giants are a good punt play on defense.
Agree. Yeah.
Any other defense?
Spot on. Yeah, you're spot on what I was looking at. I'm nervous about the Rams.
Okay.
A little bit about them. It's just against the Raiders because but then again, I don't know if many points are going to be scored in that game. The Rams' offensive line is hurt, and it may be the worst in the NFL right now. Yeah. And so I'm worried about them running the ball and having time to pass the ball, and the Raiders.
I was really on Kyron Williams, but I mean, I just kind of got away from him throughout the week, and of course, if Cooper Kupp comes back, that's going to hurt him even more. So, I kind of shied away from
I agree. What do you think about the Colts defense this week?
The Colts
against Miami.
Yeah. I mean, I can see them in play. Tyler Huntley, I think, is starting for Miami.
Yep.
So I could see the Colts as an option for sure. They're probably pretty. I would say probably in the middle. Their price, the Colts.
Yeah, like 3,200, I believe. I think that's Fanduel. Yeah. It's middle order. For me, I usually don't pay up too high, but I don't like. I used to always pay minimum salary for every defense every week, but the pricing's got a little sneakier. But you and the Giants, I like the Giants. I saw them, and you and I were both on.
Yeah, they're either second or third cheapest on FanDuel, so I do like the Giants. My lock of the week for our picks, is going to be the Bengals over the Browns. I just think the Browns are going to be a pretty crappy team now going forward. They're really trying to clean house. It sounds like they're probably going to be moving Myles Garrett and possibly Newsome too. So they're really trying to sell hard. And then my upset, which to me, it's not really an upset. I have a hard time ever finding the Chiefs as an underdog, but since they are, I'm going to take them at 1.5 points against the 49ers. I think that's kind of a crazy line, honestly. Without Christian McCaffrey, the 49ers haven't been playing very well, and they just lost to the Cardinals, so they're really struggling.
Is picking Buffalo cheating?
For a lock?
Yeah.
No, that's the whole point of a lock. Yeah. So no, that's fine.
There you go. There. Upset. Are the Vikings underdogs again this week?
No, they're actually a favorite now.
Ooh, that makes me nervous.
1.5 point. I think 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah. And the Packers are 2.5 point favorites over Houston, and
Houston.
that's
Yeah.
the Packers are definitely a better team than Houston right now. But if we go upset, boy, I don't see too many. I'll pick Atlanta over Seattle. It's a huge upset. That'll be my upset. What?
They're a favorite. They're a 3-point favorite. So that wouldn't be an upset either.
Then that's not an upset anymore, is it?
No. I'll tell you one you could take if you want.
Well, okay.
Tampa. You can take the points. You can take the points at 3.5 against Baltimore.
Boy.
I know it's tough, but your other options are you can take Arizona.
Well, I mean, you and I did. Well, yeah, and KC, San Fran, and a more obvious one I thought on my part.
Or you could take the Steelers against the Jets. That's an upset.
Is it though?
I mean, that's what they show.
Well, then definitely yes. I'll take Steelers.
Okay, 1.5. So they're 1.5.
Yeah, even if Wilson quarterbacking, it's their defense that runs it. It's not their offense. You know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And if Tomlin doesn't like what he sees, and guys on the bench pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right.
In this case.
Okay.
Yep. Cool.
Sounds good. Let me check the chat and see. I don't see any comments. Real quick, we'll do our prize picks, and then we'll do our two brains, and then I'm sure we're both looking forward to watching the NLCS. So we'll get out of here pretty quick.
Get some scoring done.
Yeah. Prize picks. So there's no more free square with Caleb Williams. That's over. That was a promo for September. We're in October now. So I'll take David Montgomery more than 11 fantasy points. He's gone over that number in each of his last 5 games. So I'll take him at more than 11. That number seems pretty low to me.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley more than 0.5 rushing and receiving touchdowns. I'll take that against his former team. And then I'll take Chuba Hubbard at more than 49.5 rushing yards. And I have one more play for our members, but I'll save that for that. So we'll go ahead and get right into it then with our two brains lineup. You can go ahead and take the first pick, Doug.
Okay. 3-0 New York.
Oh, really?
I don't know if he hit it, though. I'll have to check it in a second. I'm going to take Montgomery at running back.
Yeah. You can take Montgomery. Okay.
8,100.
All right. So I know you like Atlanta. Do you like Kirk this week? Or you like Bijan more than the?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you're looking down, we're kind of 7,200 range. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you take quarterback.
I would do Dalton.
I'm gonna let you take quarterback. I'll go ahead and take Njoku at tight end.
You like him a lot.
Yeah, I do. I do this week.
Well, see how we're doing. Like get 2 tight ends this week.
Yeah, 2 tight ends is definitely in play.
Possibly this week. We haven't had that this year though.
No, we haven't.
It's funny. The Njoku.
He's 5,300.
Yeah, it's on deep.
Yeah.
Right now. Craft's only 58. That's a good price. Yeah, let's see. Quarterback. Let's do quarterback now. Gotta have quarterback. I love doing this, but we'll do Sam Darnold because we have Montgomery at running back. Your turn. Also, I will mention this. Hutchinson's out for Detroit for the year. It's sad to see that.
Yeah.
their pass rush just isn't gonna. It took a hit when he was out last year, big time.
Right.
And
I'll go ahead and
the
take.
numbers.
I'll go ahead and take Addison and pair him up with Darnold. I'm not going to pay 9,100 or whatever it is for Jefferson. That's just or 90.
No, nor do I think. Yeah, that's a little much.
That's a lot.
Yeah. 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 Who else do we like at receiver this week? To me, it's all about price and value. You don't need.
And I'll go ahead and take the Giants. That'll give us a ton of salary.
Mm-hmm. He's got Addison and the Giants. And not worried too much about salary at receiver. But there's a cheapie I do like. I go back in there and get them in there. Oh, yeah, the Giants, that is risky, that
It
really
is.
is.
But I mean, this is a GPP, so I think it's okay.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with it. Just
But it is. I mean, it is risky. You're right.
Just pondering who I want to receive for value.
They did hold Seattle to 14 points the week before last after holding the Bengals to 17 this last week. So their defense has been playing well.
Yeah, I just look at her. Let me refresh my computer for a second. Wrong.
Okay.
And look, yeah, I see it now. Okay. So one thing I was going to mention: Drake London on DraftKings, 6,900.
Okay.
So I think he's going to get played a lot.
Yeah, probably so.
Let's go for Christian Watson, 5,900.
5,900.
Yep, for Watson, that's a good price.
Mm-hmm. I'll go ahead and take Hubbard at 74.
Love it.
The other running back, and then we have 8,150 per position. So we have a lot of salary.
Yeah, Hubbard. Until Miller comes back, I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I like him a lot all year long. Same one. It's a little this here today. I not memorized the prices on Fanduel yet. Just the plays. Tank Dell at 7,000.
Dell. Okay.
At least 9,300, right?
Mm-hmm.
We almost could have fit who in.
Yeah. I mean, if
we could do it. We just knocked down 300 off of Anderson. We could do it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it.
Let's do it.
62.
I know we do have a Barkley revenge game against the Giants, but that goes against the defense. I don't like that at all. We do have a Mount St. Brown at 8,800 as well.
Well, we
already got Montgomery.
I think I've got it. So we can put we can put Tyrone Tracy as the other running back, and then we can move Hubbard to the flex.
See, Tyrone Tracy is getting they're splitting carries this week
with Singletary.
Yep, half and half. I read that today.
Okay, then we'll put Hubbard back at running back.
Yeah, I don't mind Amon St. Brown and Montgomery in the same line. But
and we can do Addison too that way, or we can do somebody else. We have 6,800 left, so let's see.
Okay. So if we do Sam Darnold, Montgomery, Hubbard, got Watson, maybe Dobbs would be cheaper. Yeah.
Is Dobbs cheaper than? No, he's 6,000. He's a little bit more than Watson.
Interesting.
I was trying to find another afternoon game. I guess it doesn't matter.
No. On Fanduel, we got the night game too. If you want to play,
Yeah.
anybody there? I don't.
Yeah, the only one I'd probably look at would be like Lazard or somebody. Let's see. Which with Devontae there, he's not going to be as good of a play now.
Yeah, horrible play.
Yeah.
Dude, Jefferson 94 at least 6,200. Okay. Let's look. I'll help you out now. Well, who's out for the year for no Buffaloes? Cooper's not going to be at Polo.
Is Hawkinson
I
going to
don't, Hawkinson will be playing, definitely. Another thought would be you just got Madison at 6,100 to get some very bad run defense. It's another thought.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah, we can do that. All right, so we've got Sam Darnold, David Montgomery, Chuba Hubbard, Justin Jefferson, Christian Watson, Tank Dell, Njoku, Madison, and the Giants defense. We'll lock that in.
I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, I think that's a good GPP lineup
for Madison, sure. I don't know how he's doing it, but he keeps doing it.
Yeah. Well, if he gets in the end zone, that'll definitely help. So, well, that is going to do it for our NFL podcast this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back again next week for week 8. But any last words before we get out of here, Doug?
No last words. Also, remember in our block that we just did, always double down and tight end.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it. I think
it's a good lineup. We'll see how it does, but I think it's a good lineup for sure. Coach and myself are actually going to be on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing our NBA preview podcast, so you guys definitely will look forward to that. Coach has a lot that he's been working on. He was talking to me about it the other day, so he's got a lot he's been working on. He'll have a lot of information, a lot of goodies that you probably won't find with some of the other podcasts that are out there. But I hope everybody has an awesome weekend, and we'll be back again next week as we look to crush it in NFL, DFS, and Prizepicks. Have a great one. Thank you.